Ever feel like you're running a race you didn't even choose? Well, today we're diving into this really powerful idea about ambition, prestige, and how you can completely redefine the path you're on. Let's get right into it.
Our source material does not pull any punches. It kicks right off with this phrase, the never-ending idiot race. Wow. That's a pretty stark way to describe a feeling I think a lot of us know all too well. That feeling of being incredibly busy, but in a race that might not even be ours. So we're going to unpack what that really means.
Idiot race is a really harsh term, but it kind of forces us to ask a tough question. Why do so many of us run it, sometimes for our entire lives? Let's dig into the why.
Okay, so to figure out why we run, first we need to understand the racetrack itself. This part is all about identifying what this race actually looks like and how prestige becomes this, finish line we're all sort of conditioned to chase.
So, what are we really chasing here? A lot of the time, it's not a specific personal goal. It's a brand, a name. And we've all felt it, that gravitational pull towards a prestigious university or a big-name company. You see Harvard, Google, Meta. These aren't just places. They're powerful symbols of success and status. It's so easy to get dazzled by their shine and start thinking that the brand itself is the prize.
And that leads us to a really clear definition. The idiot race is this relentless pursuit of external status symbols. It's not about what you're passionate about. It's not about growth. It's about collecting badges of honor to show off to the world. And the source warns of a really serious consequence here. It corrupts the mind and detaches you from your core. You literally start to lose sight of who you are and what you genuinely want.
But, chasing these external symbols, it comes at a cost. There's a really steep price to pay when you're constantly running a race designed by somebody else. So let's break down the heavy toll it can take.
It all begins inside, right? As this constant nagging pressure to keep up, to perform, to get that next prestigious thing. And this isn't productive tension. It's just this dead weight, this feeling that you're always being measured against someone else's ruler.
And that constant pressure, well, it doesn't just stay as pressure. It morphs into chronic stress. And we're not talking about the good kind of stress that helps you meet a deadline. Nope. This is that corrosive, low-grade anxiety that's always whispering in your ear that you're never quite good enough and that the finish line is always just out of reach.
And this is the ultimate danger. When your entire sense of self is tied to this external race, that corrosive stress can lead to burnout, disillusionment, and what the source just bluntly calls self-destruction. You end up sacrificing your own well-being for a prize that was never really yours to begin with.
But here's the good news. There is a way off this relentless track. It starts with what's called a moment of catharsis, a really profound shift in your perspective. It's about consciously deciding to stop looking outward for approval and start looking inward for your own purpose. Let's see what that actually looks like.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got chasing brands. That's the path of fame and prestige. But on the right, you have building milestones. Now, the crucial difference here is ownership. A milestone is a foundational step in your journey, like finishing a personal project or learning a new skill. A brand, well, that belongs to someone else. And that distinction is the key to shifting from a path of self-destruction to one of genuine personal growth.
And let's be clear, this isn't just some feel-good abstract idea. The source says this kind of catharsis comes from lived experience. It's often a lesson learned the hard way, by feeling that crushing weight of the pressure and making the conscious choice to finally let it all go. So if you're not playing by the world's rules anymore, what's the new game? Well, you create your own scorecard. This next section is all about the empowering, even radical act of self-validation.
This right here is your personal declaration of independence. Just imagine the freedom in this statement, to truly decide that you will no longer seek approval from anyone else on the planet. It's a powerful, foundational principle for this whole new way of living.
Okay, so how do you actually put this into practice? Here are 3 concrete steps. First, acknowledge the knowledge you already have. This means trusting that you don't need another degree or one more certification to have a valid opinion. Second, trust your experience. Your successes, and yeah, your failures too, have given you a unique set of data for making decisions. And finally, you validate yourself. You become the main source of the approval you were once begging for from the outside world.
And here's a final, really crucial practice. Recalibrate how you react to others. When you see someone with all these impressive qualifications, the goal is to stop being automatically awed or dazzled. It's not about diminishing their achievements at all. It's about appreciating their journey without letting it diminish your own. Their path is not your scorecard.
All right, let's bring this all home. Rejecting the race, building your own milestones, practicing self-validation, it all boils down to one central idea: taking back complete ownership of your life and your path.
And this quote just captures the essence of it all, doesn't it? Your journey is uniquely yours. It is not a competition, and most importantly, it's private. It's an intimate thing between you and your goals, and it is absolutely none of anybody else's business. There is so much power in realizing that.
So, we'll leave you with this question. As you go about your day, your week, your career, just take a moment to ask yourself, whose race are you running? Is it truly yours, or is it one you were told to run? The answer to that, well, it might just change everything. Thanks for joining us.